Welcome to the Barbershop Show. I'm your host, Matt Horner, with my co-host, Keith. And if you're listening to this, you're bored.
You need a life.
Yeah. But we're glad you're here. So tune in to great tidbits of wisdom from two idiots.
And it's called the Barbershop because it's BS for short.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like that, man.
Yeah, it's BS for short.
Yeah, that's a nugget.
How you doing?
BS. Nugget of bull schnauzers.
Yeah.
Trying to keep it PG.
13. It is supposed to be PG-13.
Yeah.
13 and up.
13
Although
and up.
I do let my kids listen to it from time to time.
Yeah, I do too. But then
Then you're embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed and I'm thinking, oh, well, they're going to learn it somewhere. If not here on the bathroom stall. Do you remember being a young kid, like, reading out the graffiti of, like, some gas station stall or some public school stall? Like,
I'm just wondering if it's your bathroom stall.
Oh,
Do you have a problem in your bathroom stall?
That's why I use dry erase marker.
That's kind of a good idea.
Yeah.
Have a little little whiteboard in your bathroom, and then you can write each other notes. You and your wife can write each other notes on the whiteboard. That'd be kind of fun.
That'd be kind of fun. Yeah.
I'm going to do that. We should both do that. We should just randomly put it up there and write a note on it.
You know, if I had a gas station or a restaurant or someplace, a barber shop that had a good bathroom.
Yeah, because you don't have a great bathroom in there.
That's all right.
Don't they have to They have to go through the office though, and
No, it's right there between the office, but
okay.
The cabinet shop just has a bucket, so it's better. Of course, if you do anything real bad, you get a little sawdust and you bread it.
Oh my goodness.
Good old construction.
You bread it.
Bread the turd. Stop the sit. That's what we used to do on construction jobs. Make a wooden toilet out of scraps, because you'd be at new homes. There was no bathroom.
No bathrooms there.
Toilet's not even set.
I had to do that
and
too.
And cheap builders that I worked for never brought a porta-john out.
It's too expensive.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay that $60 a month or whatever. When you stop and really think about, well, how much is it? And
yeah, it would be better if because some of the construction sites I worked on, they had the general contractors have like one for the entire neighborhood that was being built.
They were bad too. I mean, I felt like I was going to catch something contagious just opening the door. Mm-hmm. Run out of the bathroom going, I'm unclean. I'm contaminated. Don't touch me. But
so you'd make them out of scraps, and then
we'd make them out of scraps, because we were always
sawdust.
cabinet makers, so we had extra shelving and for like closets. Make a little
shelving
16 by 16 inch box. Take our jigsaw, cut a hole out. We'd set it in one of the most private closets in the room, and then we'd have a 5-gallon bucket full of sawdust from the table saw. And that was our temporary bathroom. You want to hear a funny story about all this?
I'd love to.
So we'd get done with the job. So what would we do with our crap box that had poop in it? We would get another scrap lid and then nail it or screw it on to the top of where the hole was and just seal it. And then there would always be a junk pile outside where, shingles and sheetrock and just debris is thrown for some cleaners to come clean the job site and throw it in the... So we would throw it in there. One day we wrote on there, don't open until Christmas on our poop box. So some guys came up and they're cleaning, and the house is almost done. We're actually putting like doorknobs and cabinet knobs on. Mm-hmm. And just so happened we'd be there the day that the guys are gathering up this stuff. And this man goes, hey, boss, I found a box. Give me a mall. So he asked for a mall. At the time, I grabbed my buddy and go, hey, man, they found the poop box. And they go, nah. So we hurried to the side window where they couldn't see us, They don't know who made the poop box.
Right, of course.
And it says don't open till Christmas. Give me the mall. And so they grabbed the mall and they busted into that box of poop. And we just chuckled. Ever since then, that was the best poop story I got.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Anyway, the guy, his mall goes in there and he goes, there's shit in here. There's shit in here. And I remember he pulls the mall out and it's got like a turd mush on it.
Turd toilet paper.
Anyway, good old construction. Nothing but classy guys.
Nothing but.
Yeah. There's a reason why we've never had a president from a construction site for America. We think Donald Trump's bad. Hire any drywall guy, painter, roofer, framer,
cabinet maker.
Whew.
It's a rough bunch.
It'd be even worse.
It would be worse.
Mm-hmm. But what we do for money's crazy. You know, I mean, and today's topic is what I want to talk about. I'm training my kids how to earn $1.
Yeah.
And they're young, 4 and 7. My 4-year-old, you know, I mean, he can count to 10 because he's got 10 fingers. We've been blessed with that. But besides that, if you gave him, we're just trying to get him to understand simple things. Charlie, the 7-year-old, he's a smart kid. He can do math and things and understands a 5 is greater than a 10 on dollar bills and understands saving and spending and adding.
Did you say that he could understand that a 5 is greater than 10?
Yeah, Mm-hmm. I said that, but it doesn't sound right.
That doesn't sound
He's already
right.
ahead of Dad.
Yeah, I was going to ask, can you count to 10 even though you've got 10 fingers?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes.
I can read a tape measure.
I can read tape measure.
I can read tape measure.
Mm-hmm. So, I often thought about how Sesame Streets count to 10 because they don't have 10 fingers.
Yeah.
You know? Remember the Count Dracula?
I guess they just have to keep repeating.
Yeah, I remember Count Dracula. He'd be like holding up his fingers and be like, man, you don't got 5 fingers. Poor Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Whoever made those puppets should have known better. Give those guys 5 digits. But, so the debate is with me and Sarah, and we thought real hard about this. Do we just give them an allowance and say, hey, man, we've, read and listened to people who said give a kid $1 for whatever age he is for a while. So if he's 7, you give him $7. 4, you give him $4.
Is that a month or a year? Or?
A week.
A week?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, then you teach them to save some, give some, and then spend some.
Yeah, but what did they do that qualifies them for receiving this money?
And therein lies the question, because that's what I said. Whoa! $1? $7?
I've got it.
Of course, I'm talking to the guy who put his gum on his iPhone right now because he doesn't want to throw it away. That's right, audience. So Keith won't throw his gum away.
I cannot believe you revealed that. Trust is broken, Matt.
Yeah.
It's game over.
So that was the idea. Is like, do we just give this to them? Do they earn it? How do they earn it?
Now you realize that I've got a 12, 10, and 8-year-old. So that's $28
a week. That's $100.
No, that's $30 a week.
Ooh, I can't do that math.
It's $128 a month.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd stop like at 5.
Yeah, you must have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not doing anything for it. So what did you decide? I don't want to take away your story.
Yeah, well, you guys don't want to. They have to do something for it, right?
One would think so.
I would think so.
No one just hands me money, except for my mom. She still gives me a birthday present. Yeah,
well, that's a birthday present. That's not handing you money. We hand value during a birthday to everybody, whether it's $5 or movie tickets.
So gifts are different than an allowance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're going to give value somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But, so we started, you're going to make the bed. And this sounded like a good idea. Yeah, they're going to earn it.
The allowance.
But seeing a 4-year-old make a bed is like seeing a Tasmanian devil make a bed.
Mm-hmm.
The sheets are don't expect Marine Corps sheets being tucked in at 4 years old. I mean, I tried to make him do it. He cried and cried, but... Get this bed made, son.
Did you have the training rod with you?
Yeah.
Whack, whack.
But, so at that age, you're giving these allowances and you're teaching them work ethic, mowing. My son mows and stuff. My oldest. And, but you go around them a lot and, straighten up what they did do. Like, they make their bed. Well, you kind of got to straighten it up.
Right.
And Charlie mows, but he misses a lot of stuff, so I have to go around him with the weed eater. And it's not fair, because he gets the 0-turn mower, and I'm stuck with the weed eater.
That's definitely not fair.
Not fair.
I teach him how to weed eat.
Yeah. Well, he's 7. He can't barely hold that thing up.
Yeah, that's a problem.
What age did you teach your boys to weed eat?
Like 5.
5?
No, I'm just playing.
When they put down their pacifier, go, here you go, son. Mix this 2-cycle gas and put your pacifier back in.
No, I stopped doing 2-cycle gas. That's the first thing you stop doing. Get yourself a Husqvarna 4-cycle.
They make those.
Mm-hmm.
I got me an Echo battery powered 58 volt weed eater.
I've got a Milwaukee battery powered weed eater for them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that does help because that's lighter.
Uh-huh.
The lighter weed eater will help
it's better on the ears too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would much rather run a battery operated weed eater for trimming. But yeah, I don't think they started before 8 or 9 probably. Maybe not even 10 before they started weed eating.
But of course we got them putting up dishes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, like you almost feel like you wish you had all plastic stuff at 7 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're dropping stuff.
All the time.
But
it's good for them.
It's good for them.
And it's good to not, when the glass breaks, you can be the kind of parent that yells and screams and makes them feel like they're nothing. Or you could just say, all right, let's just clean this up.
Yeah.
Because how much does a glass cost?
Well.
$2.59.
That's why I take it out of their allowance.
Damages incurred?
Yeah. I mean, I believe in that. I mean,
I do too.
If I run a stop sign or if I don't mow my yard and the city sends me a ticket, they fine me money.
Yes. We get fined for a lot of things.
Whatever. You get fined. There's so many things you get. You don't pay your bills. They give you overdraft charges or whatever.
Right.
So, as an adult, we are disciplined by finances. So
that's where they hurt us.
I was listening to some child psychologists. They're like, don't use money to discipline your kid. I thought, that is moronic. It's like saying, don't train your kids to live in this world.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen.
And so that's kind of now a new form of punishment since we started this whole salary. We call it a salary.
Okay.
Because there's all different names for what we're doing here. Some call it allowance. Some call it commission. Dave Ramsey loves the commission thing.
Yeah.
And then I call it a salary because I felt like if I asked my kids to be a part of something to help, they got to help. And I'd rather just not have to figure out, well, I'm paying you for this, but I'm not paying you for that.
Yeah, that can become a nightmare.
That becomes a nightmare. Especially when I'm thinking I'm paying you to make your bed at 4 years old, and it looks like you kind of made your bed, But Eli just kind of rolls around on it. He was blessed with T-Rex arms, so he can't really do much.
It's my phone.
I'm sorry, audience. Once again, if you're listening to this,
it's been a long weekend. Yeah, but he just rolls around on it.
Just rolls around and gets it stretched out. It's actually kind of cute to see a little kid trying to make the bed with their little arms. But you learn how to manage money. Charlie's wanting to save up right now.
Yeah.
For a old-fashioned riding lawnmower that he thinks is a tractor. And
nice.
So he can ride it around himself.
It's like your old lawnmower, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're selling your old lawnmower to your
Financing it to him. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have any credit, though, right now.
What's the interest rate on that?
That's exactly right. That's where I was getting to. So it's more of a tote-the-note thing. I'm hoping to be able to sell this 2 or 3 times.
Different kids.
Different kids. Yep. Mm-hmm. And of course, if he gets over $600 this year in allowance, I am sending him a 1099. You're a hardcore parent if you send your kids a tax something.
$28 a month times 12. Yeah, there's no way he's getting to $700 this year.
He might get some bonuses.
Oh my gosh! So we're the commission type.
You're the commission type.
Yep.
How's that working?
Well, it works fine. Negotiation is good though. It's tough because they always feel like they deserve more. Mm-hmm. So then there's always that struggle of, well, am I undervaluing them? And then they're going to feel like, and we've had this happen where they're like, well, if this is all it's worth, I ain't doing nothing.
Then you're like, you're doing it now. Because, that's what I would be like, well, now that you said you're not doing it.
Yeah, so trying to find the balance between making it worth their time where they feel like they're actually earning something and then not breaking the bank, is difficult. And we don't pay them for everything. Of course, there's chores to be done. Everybody's got a job to do to keep the house running. So we don't pay them for dishes or laundry or cleaning their room or mowing, or taking out the trash. But we do pay them for extra things. So if they want to make some money, we've got things for them to do.
So what are some of the things they do? I've heard some.
Well, they could clean my truck. Cleaning Mom's van is part of their chores, so they have to do that because they're the ones that make the mess in there. Mm-hmm. But if they wanted to, clean the shop or clean my truck, or they give me a shoulder massage. I pay for
massage. Yeah.
Head and shoulder massages. I pay for that.
That'd be nice.
Noah came up the other night. We were watching a movie. Just had it. He was in the mood to make some money, and he just started rubbing my shoulders. And for about 30 minutes, he did it. Paid him $5. He made the price. He set the price. He said, "What do you think that's worth, Dad? About $5?" And I said, "Yeah, that sounds good."
That's good.
Yeah. So
that's a trick right there, parents. Listen to that.
So there's things that they can do to make money.
You think he'd floss between my toes?
No, that's so disgusting. Not flossing between your toes.
Okay. Foot massage. My wife likes her feet massaged. You?
I'm like the noise maker today.
So.
Your wife likes her feet massaged?
Yeah, so she could, say, hey, you want to make some money?
To you?
Well, I do it in the evening. I do it for free. I do it for extra benefits. But
was it like more allowance for you?
More allowance. I get some cookies.
Stay at home dad.
Bring some sweets home. Gets me off my diet.
That's funny.
But it's funny how, because we often think about what can I get my kid to do. And I think my shoulder massage is good because, the parent enjoys it. The kid makes money.
Yeah. And it teaches them to serve a little bit.
It's something simple.
Because they're going to need to do that whenever they're married. We have to massage our spouse from time to time. Mm-hmm. Hard day of work, whatever,
Yeah, my wife's, pregnant right now, so she likes her feet.
That's good.
Every evening, that's the first thing. We sit on the couch and they sit right up on my lap. I don't even ask. I just like, hey, let's just do this.
Do her feet stink?
No, she got real good hygiene on that.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't mind rubbing feet. I'm a sensitive soul when it comes to smells.
You are?
Yes. I don't want some stinky feet.
Yeah. Well,
like the other day, I walked into the house and I said, "I smell vinegar, Amanda." And I hear Noah yell from the other room, "I think it's my feet."
That's bad.
So I was like,
boys, though, at that age, they get really bad feet.
Yes.
I remember being a teenager and having
said, "You need to go wash your feet right now."
Mm-hmm. So, all types of, now that I'm spending all this money, it's like, because I'm dropping $11 a week in allowance or commission
that'll
salary.
pay for an internet bill.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, I got to start saving some money. Because money out needs to be, I need to, save.
Yeah.
And that's another frustrating thing. I almost feel like part of their salary is like, keep the door shut when you go in and out, because you got little boys.
Yep.
They go in and out 100 times. But 100 times they leave that door, it feels like wide open.
Wide open.
We're trying to stop global warming by letting our AC cool the world.
We're doing our part.
We're doing our part, yeah. That AC's just running.
Parents used to yell things like, "We're not trying to air conditioning the outdoors."
Yeah. So that's another thing is when, we're talking about stewarding the family and finances is teaching conservation, I guess.
Yeah, conservation, being a good steward.
Yeah. Teaching those boys to shut the door.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. If you had like some type of pain punishment that if they walked away with the door open.
Like a shock collar?
I was thinking that, but I wasn't going to say it. paintball to the butt, or something.
So when I was growing up, that was a huge deal.
Oh, it was.
Turn the lights off.
My mom and dad just locked us out.
You leave the room.
Just like, you're done doing this. Out you go. There's a water hose.
I believe that your mom did that.
I'm not lying, yeah.
But it's like whenever who left the door open? Right? Who left the door open? So there's two things that happen there to me. First, we're trying to find blame, which is never a good situation. And then also we're trying to fix the problem. I don't know if it's beneficial or not. How much money does one truly save? It's the same thing with the refrigerator door. Mm-hmm. Same thing with leaving the water running.
Oh, yeah, brushing the teeth, that water's just shh. And then they're talking. And
So how much money is truly saved by all this commotion that we cause in our house?
I don't think we'll ever know. It's like the Tootsie Roll Pop, because we'll never conserve energy like I would like. Like...
What are you saying, the Tootsie Roll Pop? What are you talking about?
How many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop? It's impossible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Owl and his wisdom, the world will never know. That's what he says. Remember that commercial?
Yeah. No, actually, no.
You don't remember the Tootsie Roll Pop?
I mean, I remember the Tootsie Pop.
Oh. I was ran from 1960 to 1990 for 30 years.
When I was growing up, that was on Channel 25. Or maybe it wasn't. Was that Sesame Street stuff?
It might have been around then, but they would come around. It was that corny animation that was done in the 60s and 70s.
What were they teaching?
And the little kid goes, Mr. Owl, how many licks does it get to the Tootsie Roll Pop?
I remember. Yeah,
and then Mr. Owl goes, ooh, let me see. And he goes, 1, 2, and then 3. He just bites right through.
It was an owl.
Yeah, owl.
I thought you kept saying owl.
Yeah, it was owl, the owl.
A owl.
Owl.
Yeah.
Owl, wow.
It's an owl.
It's like roads,
like a horny owl?
Yeah.
No, I mean a horned owl.
I never saw the first one, but I've seen the horned owl. The horny owls, they're rare.
There's a horny toad.
It's normally late at night. They get going, and I'm sleeping.
That's hilarious. There is a horny owl.
There's a horned owl, not a horny owl.
Well, there is a horny toad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway.
That's hilarious. Anyway, so
then he bites right through it.
The owl does.
Yeah, and and he goes,
now.
The world will never know.
What was the point of that commercial?
That you'll never know how many licks it takes to get to the bottom of the Tootsie Roll Pop.
Yeah, but how does that benefit the world?
The first thing you want to do is go get a Tootsie Roll Pop and keep licking until start counting it.
Oh, so was it a Tootsie? It was a Tootsie Roll commercial.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought you said it was an educational.
It was very educational. Taught kids how to count.
I'm getting educated right now.
Yeah. And
I want a Tootsie Pop.
And they learned what an owl was.
Yeah, an owl, not an owl. You Texans are all the same.
Anyway.
Hey, go get me a Coke. I didn't say a Coca-Cola. I meant a Dr. Pepper.
Going back to energy, we waste so much. If you really had a whole month of just 100% conserving energy, it's just hard to do with a family.
Yeah.
Because I even sit with the refrigerator door open like, I'm hungry. What am I going to eat? It's just blaring.
And I wonder why. So for me, obviously, I want to save money. That's the goal. That's the goal for... I guess it should be the underlying goal. We shouldn't want to just yell at our kids because they're, looking through the refrigerator a bit too long. So the goal is always just to save the money. But how much damage do we cause in our family, on our kids, in our relationship, versus the savings benefit?
Oh, we damage more than we save.
So if we saved like 10,
15, it's going to be 10,
50 bucks a month.
I'd be impressed if it was 15.
I would be impressed if it was 15 too.
Yeah.
But really, how much?
I'd probably lose a few $100 in joy.
Right. There's no doubt.
What I'm saying?
It's just not worth it.
It's not worth it.
So, but at the same time, so we realize that, but at the same time, we want to think, I want them to learn to conserve also.
Yeah.
So if we don't say anything, how will they know the value of the dollar? So I
think you need to say things, but I think once again, this show, what we're here to do is give wisdom of BS. Is don't let it steal your joy.
Yeah.
And that's what gets me.
Hey,
It's like,
we're gonna need that door closed.
It's July right now in Texas, and it's hot.
Oh man, it's hot.
And so when that door is open, in and out, in and out, in and out,
Mm-hmm.
and then most time it's open, open, open. After about the 15th time, my joy is about to bust. And
Yep.
I'm about to lose it.
You lost all your joy.
So I think, just get perspective.
And every parent can relate to this issue.
Yeah.
Well, I think most parents.
I remember my dad doing some really funny things looking back on this during the summer months of Texas. He'd put a sprinkler on the roof and turn on the water
Really?
during the hottest time of the day, cooling the roof down. He said that cooled the attic temperature down, which helped the AC run. He'd also...
Is that even true?
I don't know. I've never seen anyone else do it. My dad's a smart man, but he's not... I don't know. This one was out there.
I mean, that water would... You would think the water would evaporate almost immediately.
It starts to, but then eventually it saturates it. And
It gets caught up.
gets, caught up. And then he'd also cool the evaporative cooler that's outside, or whatever you want to call that, the condensing unit.
Yeah, the condenser.
Yeah, that's what. He'd water that down.
Really?
Just like
City water?
that was my whole point. Yeah, it was city
Because
water.
you're paying for that water.
You're paying.
I mean, how much? And I've always wondered. That's another thing. The toilet running or flushing too many times. Like I've even been this person where I'll conserve a flush.
Yeah, that's
I've just done a number one.
and you worry about smells, which is
Right.
I guess urine doesn't bother you.
I may have at one point done that in my life. I didn't say yesterday.
I bet you
It
did
was
it
3
like
days ago.
I can't smell nasty stuff, but y'all gonna sniff my urine.
Hey, it's my own private bathroom.
I guess so.
But I'm just saying.
My wife wouldn't tolerate that junk.
How much does a flush cost? I actually
No, it's probably. Well, you can look on your water bill and it tells
See
you how
how
many
much
cents a gallon is.
yeah, and I
Most-
think it's like what 2 or 3 cents a gallon.
It's cheap. It's a few cents, less than a dime.
It's less than a dime.
So your urine saving is saving you a dime,
Yeah,
and it's making your bathroom smell like urine.
yeah.
Don't do that.
But I've never been a water conserver when it comes to showers. I take long showers, 20 minutes minimum.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is that when he's watering his roof, that's costing him. But he must have figured out that kilowatt hour that he's saving in electricity is more than.
You'd have to convert kilowatt hour to a gallon of water.
Yeah, you'd have to
And
have
if
a
you put it,
comparison.
and you could measure the meters on both and figure that out.
Yeah, but you'd have to do a summer over summer comparison. You'd have to do one summer with similar to climate. I'm really getting off topic, but
I think you could go day to day. Like you could measure off your meter the day you don't do it
how much you used,
on electricity, and then you can measure the day you water your roof.
and then see how much gallons you use day to day. Man, that would be a. Is that worth it?
If anyone out there is listening to this, please make a comment. The world needs to know.
Yeah, we need to know. Is it?
Mr. Al
I've never
needs
even
to know.
heard of watering a roof, but it does kind of sound.
Well, because the attic runs the heating and AC unit. It is also where you lose the most energy in the summer on your house
Yeah, so my house, the AC and furnace unit is in the
floor.
closet.
Yeah, so it'd be different. But still, by cooling.
Oh, but the vents are in the vents are in the attic.
yeah, the vents are in
That's
the
a
attic.
good point. Some people's AC unit is in the attic,
Yeah.
and that's hot.
Yeah, and plus, by just cooling your roof down, you're cooling your ceiling temperature down. But
Interesting.
it's just an idea. But here's the greatest idea. Remember those earth homes?
Yep. Earth
Yeah.
contact home.
Those are cool.
Pushing the dirt up to the side and sort of on the roof.
Have your house facing south because that's the most optimal light, but yet not. It heats, but not heats to the point of.
Facing your house to the south is
Keeps-
optimal light.
Because it catches the east and the west enough to allow light in
Yeah.
and doesn't radiate. In the summer, it won't. The radiated heat won't heat your house too much. I don't know. I've just always heard that. I got
Okay.
this
That's cool.
the Solar Home Reader's Digest book that I've read, and
Earth contacts are pretty cool.
And then they put gardens on their roof, so then
But it does come with some challenges. Mm-hmm. It can leak.
it can leak.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's funny how you see these people who like conserve their water from their toilet, that like their gray water from their sink goes to their toilet water. So like your toilet water is actually what you wash dishes with. Yeah.
Your toilet water is what you wash dishes
No,
with?
I'm sorry. Yeah. No, the exact opposite.
I am never coming to your house again.
Exact opposite.
Your
Like
sink
Austin
water.
Powers is like, it's nutty.
Sink water is what you use in your toilet.
Yes, your sink water. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's why you're here.
To keep you straight.
Keep me straight. But you see this, like, they're really saving water. And then, it's kind of neat.
That is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you were building a house and you wanted to do some conservation stuff, that'd be Earth contact homes are pretty cool too. Because you're safe in a tornado.
Yeah.
Because your house is always underground.
Yeah. And
Unless you've got like a glass front.
that's how a lot of them are. They're kind of like a hill with a glass front or some type of, because they want a lot of light in because you don't have no windows. Because most of it's
Yeah,
underground.
and some people are crazy. Like, I want my windows. I'm not that person.
Yeah.
I'm fine without a window.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm okay. Except when a fire comes out.
Dude,
you're like, I need a window.
Yeah.
You're like, sorry, you live in a cave.
Surely there's escape ladders you could put through there.
I'm sure, like a little bug out hatch.
Yeah, that's cool. I feel you. We had this mobile home, and we needed new siding because I could push my hand right through the siding. So, I'm slapping up metal, and there's windows on the back side of this trailer, and I'm like, I don't want to cut these windows out of this metal. Because that was the first time I'd ever done it. It was a pain in the butt. So I'm just covering up these windows. And Amanda freaked out about it. She was like, I need windows. And I was like, why? Because I want to see out. Just like, that was a new to me.
Yeah,
it was new to me. Why would anybody need windows?
Yeah. Woman, I married you. Live in my cave.
Talk about conservation of energy. Put your house in a cave.
Yeah.
What about, we could go on and on.
There's so many ways you can
I've always
serve.
thought about two roofs.
Yeah.
So like
you
a
see
layer.
You see people buy trailer houses, and they're a lot. Back in the day, they were really energy inefficient, so
Of course,
everything
yeah.
cost. But now they are pretty energy efficient. But then they build a carport over the trailer house, and that supposedly really makes
I
a
can't
difference.
imagine how it wouldn't
People
help.
who live in campers and RVs, they build a carport over that.
Well, not only that, but it will preserve your trailer,
Yeah.
your mobile home for years. Because the rain and the sun is what hurts those things. Especially in the old school trailers. If you got like a shingle roof trailer, or if you've got one of those rounded metal roofs.
Yeah, like a camper roof.
I'm moving into a mobile home.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
And I've actually, in my mind, thought, I want to put. Could you just run like purling across the top and just like 2x4s up 6 inches, 8 inches, and then just run another roof right on top of it? So not like build a carport, because the carport's got the sides that come down, and that's annoying.
Yeah. Well, it's always done well when they do it and they make like a wraparound porch. So it looks like a wraparound porch, but it's really another roof on top of a roof. But you
That's
need
right.
a decent air gap.
Right.
That where wind can blow through.
Yeah.
So if you get too close, the wind's not going to blow between the two roofs, bringing out that hot air. So you won't like.
You could even vent it. You can put some vents up there.
Yeah.
Some roof vents. That's an interesting idea.
So it's pretty cool.
All to save $1.
All to save $1. Spend lots of dollars to save $1.
It's the problem with solar energy.
Yeah. I want to do that real bad, but then I went to Solar City. They had a thing in the mall, and they'd pull up your. That's Elon Musk's big solar thing, and they'd pull up your house on Google, look at your roof, see how it sets with the sun, see if there's trees or obstacles in the way. And they could measure the surface area of your roof, see how the sun travels across, and they could tell you instantly how much money you would save.
Huh.
So it was really great. I'm like, oh wow, we need to do this. And I go, well, how much is it? And they go, it looks like your roof around $18,000, maybe $20,000. And then I was like, what?
Wow.
So I could save a few $100 on my electric bill. Then I asked the most important questions. See, most people think solar is like ever. Like it's like going to go on for eternity. But solar panels have a lifespan.
Oh, for sure. And especially if you got a hailstorm.
Yeah. And and right now they're about an 8 to 10 year lifespan, but optimal around 6.
Really?
Well, they'll finance them to you for about 6 years. You know, this $20,000 is like a car payment.
Right.
Well, then the finance for the solar, I'd have had a 0 electric bill, but I would have had a finance bill of
$300 a month.
$300 a month. So it was kind of like a wash, but then you'd have maintenance later.
Mm-hmm.
It seems, and a hailstorm could come and just wipe that stuff out.
Yeah.
A tornado could just rip them off your roof.
Well, tornado's going to take your whole house off at that point,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
A hailstorm would be
I was sitting there thinking, I don't know, this looks like, so there's pros and cons to it. I like it for camping, RVing. I think it's a good idea.
Wind
Renting
energy
Yeah.
is a great idea.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cool ways to make homemade windmills that would generate electricity.
I went to a fair one time that had a windmill salesman, and he could put a small unit in your house for I don't feel like it was $8,000. Maybe a 5-foot wingspan on this thing, and it would supplement. Mm-hmm. So maybe enough electricity to run your refrigerator and something else, maybe your air conditioner.
Yeah, my uncle made one out of an axle and some plastic 55-gallon drums.
Okay.
And made it like a pinwheel.
Okay.
And he made his own electric wind generator. He said he could run like a refrigerator off of it.
Yeah.
Looked like weird yard art. I mean, it wasn't like, oh, that looks beautiful. It was like the neighborhood was like, oh, gee, thanks.
Yeah, no doubt.
But he also did a solar heater. He lives in a double wide.
Okay.
And so
you can do anything with a double wide.
Yeah, so there's that cross space in a double wide. And in the winter, the floor gets kind of cold because the cross space is kind of like your attic. Mm-hmm. It gets cold with the ground and everything. So he found that he took old sliding glass patio doors, made a triangle, lined it all with aluminum foil, kind of like a solar oven. But that created tons of heat, even on freezing below, even when it's really cold if there's sun out. Then he took a real light fan with AC duct, and it would heat up inside that triangle of aluminum that the sun was penetrating, extremely hot, like you could cook a turkey in it. And then it would blow that heat underneath the trailer house. And then that would heat the cross space during the winter. So your trailer house floor was warm.
That's cool.
That was kind of a neat thing he did. That actually saved him a lot of money.
Yeah, I bet.
And he hated his patio door, so he took it out. So, anyway, there's all neat things to save money.
Tons.
And all that money you can save, you know what you can do? Turn around and give it right back to them kids. Because after all, we live through this world.
We saved $100.
So we can die and give it to someone else.
Isn't that the truth?
We worry about so much.
Taking nothing with you.
But, there's no hearse following a U-Haul. Or a U-Haul following a hearse. You're here for something, Keith.
And don't forget to wash your dishes with your toilet water.
It leaves a blue ring.
Oh, you're a toilet treatment guy, aren't you?
Yeah, the 2000 flush.
I'm the natural.
All natural.
So you've heard it all here, folks.
All at the barbershop.
Yeah.
The nuggets of BS. Barbershop.
Or the nuts and bolts of BS.
Oh, you're coming up with some good ones.
I'll tell you.
Next week.
We'll see you next week.